the suffering of strangers, the agony of friends. There is a secret soul at the center of the world, and its sound is life.
This is Fear a Day, presented by the Maximum Mediocrity Podcast, a 5-part miniseries documenting our friend Brad's descent into madness as he watches the Human Centipede 2 every day for 31 days straight. On this episode, we talk to him on day 16. Okay, let's give Brad a call.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Getting through it.
I expected no less.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we're doing this recording a little bit differently. Normally we record on Sundays, but it is Saturday today because we're busy tomorrow.
Yes.
And so by my count, that means that you have watched the Human Centipede 16 times minimum, plus one background recording at least.
Make that 2 background recordings.
Are you watching it right now?
Absolutely. That's going to be the norm. I'm going to put that on just as a baseline every single time because I think it just adds to the, it's like bringing back repressed memories. As much as I want to forget about it, I can put it on there and it just brings, everything comes shuffling back. I've already watched it today, but now it's just in the background of my life because that's what my life is right now.
I think it really keeps you in the mood.
Yes.
Well, I have to congratulate you because you have officially passed the halfway point. Congratulations.
Can you edit in one of those air horns, like the dur 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 dur? Because that's the way I feel. Halfway point passed.
Normally, I don't stoop to such levels of audio gimmickry, but for you, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
So even though this is like a big milestone, this also means that now you know the hill that you still have to climb.
Oh, yeah. It's exciting when you say it, but I still know every single day what I have to go through, and it is getting harder and harder and harder every single day.
What's been getting you through, honestly?
Well, little things, just trying to find something happy. So for instance, actually, great example. Today, a little bit after I watched it, I made Rice Krispie treats. That's
good. As a reward for surviving?
Yeah, and Rice Krispie treats are delicious. So, hey, that's fantastic. Here's the thing, and it's really interesting. At least for me mentally, after I'm done watching it for the day, I honestly feel better. I feel more loose. I feel more free. It is those moments in the day where it leads up to watching it that are soul crushing. Because sometimes I'll get up and I'll start doing stuff. I'll run errands or, I'll just have a morning when I spend with my wife and we're having a really good morning. And then all of a sudden I remember you got to watch Human Centipede 2 at some point. And I'm like, no. And I feel that crushing weight. It looms over me. And that's the hardest part. I I found that I watch it more so in the mornings than any other time, just because I found that the later on in the day that I watch it, the just more miserable my entire day is.
Knowing that you have to watch it still ruins everything before that.
Absolutely. Yes. Everything. Yes.
Now, I also want to check in. You are under the supervision of a licensed therapist while you do this.
Yes.
Have they continued to give you the green light? Any other update for them?
I don't have an update this time because I haven't talked to her since, but I am going to talk to her on Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. So far, I haven't felt the exact need to talk to her, but yeah, I make bad decisions in my life, so maybe I should have, but I'm definitely talking to her on Wednesday.
So we're going rogue right now. We can't say that she has signed off on this particular week of viewing.
Oh yeah, correct.
It's more likely that during this next Wednesday meeting that she could pull the plug on this whole thing.
There's a chance she could. I'm not going to listen to her because I'm going through with it because I'm not going to watch it this many times and not finish this.
There is a case to be said that a therapist that thinks that this is a good idea maybe should have their license revoked.
Well, I want to clarify that because I do really like my therapist, and I'm not going to say that she thought it was a good idea. She just thought it was interesting and kind of fascinating from like a mental health perspective. I don't think she ever said it was a good idea. It was just an interesting experiment that I was going through.
That plausible deniability will save her.
Oh, 100%.
Down the line. Could you imagine if there's ever a hearing to have their license revoked? This podcast will absolutely be used as evidence against them.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's why I'm not saying her name. His or her name.
You've already said it's a her. I tried being gender neutral before, but you went right into the her.
Yeah, I know. I realized I made that mistake there. But yes, that's why I'm not using any names.
Is there anything that you would like to say to the court?
I don't know. Maybe she wanted to write a book about it, and I don't blame her for that. Just let it happen.
To the court, listen and subscribe to the Maximum Mediocrity podcast.
Ooh, that's a better one. I like that one. I sign off on that one. I co-sign.
I'll shamelessly plug myself in this court of law, of therapist license.
Therapist license and common opinion or whatever. Yes, absolutely.
Another thing we have to get to and we have to discuss is that last week we mentioned that it's only art if you have a beret on. So I just want to let everybody know I am up to code. I am wearing a beret right now to justify the insanity.
Is it okay that I forego the beret this week and I'm wearing a Devo Energy Dome? One of those red Devo hats that they're wearing in the Whip It video. Does that count as art? Because they're an arty band. Yeah,
they're pretty arty. I'd say that's parallel to a beret.
Okay, good. Yes. I want to change it. I want to change it up because I know podcasting is a very visual medium, and I want to give the audience everything that I can.
Good. We want to keep everyone engaged.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't just want to wear the same hat every week. That'd be disappointing.
So, being that you have watched this movie 16 times, have you ever watched any other movie this many times before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not in a row like this. I guarantee I've seen like the original Halloween movie, probably 16 times. Any of the original trilogy Star Wars movies, I've probably seen that many times. Big Trouble, Little China. And probably one of the weirdest that I've probably seen a lot is Karate Kid Part 2.
Oh, that's an odd choice.
It's just because I used to work at a video store, and it was one of the few movies I could just put on in the background, but I would still watch it a lot. So yeah, I know that movie front to back. So yeah, I'm a bit of a movie head. I love movies, but I've never watched a movie this many times this close together that I've actually hated. All those movies that I just listed, I absolutely love and can quote. And I swear to God, if years from now I can still quote the Human Centipede 2, man, that's gonna haunt me.
I don't think it's like your choice whether you remember it or not. I think it's just in there now.
I don't know. I think we can make choices. We can repress memories.
You're just gonna get really, really drunk one day and just clear the hard drive, hopefully, and it'll all be gone.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do on the 31st.
Yeah, we'll mix vodka and tequila together and drink it all night and just clear the hard drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's my goal. I want to never remember this month ever again.
I think I've only ever watched a movie this many times twice in my life.
Oh.
Because, as I've gotten older, I will watch a movie once and, that will be it. I've enjoyed it. It's perfect. But I think as a kid, I did it a lot. I think kids, like, they like to watch movies over and over again because it gives them a sense of comfort because they know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're probably right with that one. I've probably seen the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle live action one and probably two. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it as a kid. I was thinking about when I got older. Oh, yeah, I bet I've watched the original two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at least 16 times.
For me, it was the Bionicle movie, the first Bionicle movie. Do you know what Bionicles are?
I know what Bionicles are. I just didn't know there was a movie about them.
It was a straight-to-DVD movie, and as a kid, I was obsessed with Bionicles. I loved them. They had games. It was a whole merchandising thing, and they did it was an okay CGI movie, and there was a time where I knew every single line to that movie, and I would just have it on repeat.
Nice. Have you gone back and watched it? Because I think it's always interesting to see the things that you watched as a child that you've seen a bunch and that you loved. It either works or it doesn't, because sometimes you just have this nostalgia for it and you're like, I love this movie. And other times you watch it and you're like, I was a stupid kid.
Oh, yeah. I'm so afraid of going back and watching it because you're right. It's perfect in your head. You remember it fondly. And by going back, you only have the potential to ruin and diminish that memory.
Yep.
Funny enough, something similar happened where there's a classic beloved movie. I won't say the movie because I don't want the hate mail. It's a classic beloved movie, live action movie that I have never seen. And last night, I was hanging out with friends and they went, "Oh my God, you've never seen this like beloved movie? We have to watch it." Think of it like Monty Python and the Holy Grail kind of.
Was it The Goonies?
I won't say.
Dang it.
But we watched it. I'm totally fresh to it. They are all watching it as like a memory. It sucked.
Oh God! All right, you're gonna have to tell me off the air what this is because I need to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You might even agree with me, but
I probably
can't take the hate mail.
Oh, for the record, I don't care about getting hate on this. I feel that way about the Goonies. Everyone loves the Goonies, and I watched it later in life, and I was like, it's fine. I mean, whatever. And I was like, what? You don't love it? And I'm like, I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't get the hype.
That would be an interesting podcast idea, like going back and watching old beloved movies, see which ones still hold up. Well, we know what movie is not going to hold up.
Oh, God, no.
That is the Human Centipede 2 full sequence.
Yes.
On your last watch, what was your favorite part of the movie?
Okay. It's actually kind of fun because I've started to make note of this. I talked about like that one woman who's pregnant. The guy, Martin, thinks that she's dead, so puts her in the corner. And she stays. And she wakes up. There is a moment when she wakes up, there is a shot of her with her eyes bug-eyed, like they're just huge, and she screams. It is such an amazing shot. They should have used that for the poster because it is so well done. Her face is amazing in that scene, and I love it. And it's right before one of the most disgusting scenes in the movie. But I love that one screenshot. I can share that with you if you want to. But yeah, it's perfect.
That's interesting that you mentioned that because in previous recordings, you have said that the last third of the movie and that scene in particular where she like wakes up and kills her baby accidentally while trying to get away is like your least favorite part of the movie.
Yes.
It's really interesting to see that now in that moment, in like the worst part of it, you're finding your favorite parts. Because
I'm getting numb to it. That's how bad it is. Like, even though I hate it, I'm still like kind of getting numb. And in something that is so terrible and so reprehensible and so just, it's pointless. Gratuitous is the word I was looking for. It's completely gratuitous. You have to find something that makes you happy. So you have to find something. So you got to scrape the bottom. And I'll let you know, it's a second. It's just a split second that it happens, and it's so good. It's I don't know. It's a perfect horror movie face.
Interesting. Interesting. It's just this little piece of light that's keeping you through.
Yes, exactly.
So with that being said, on your last viewing, what was your least favorite part of the movie?
Okay. So there's a scene. It's actually literally right before right before what I just said was my favorite scene. The main character, Martin, after he has completed his Human Centipede, he decides that he wants to rape the centipede. I want to say have sex, but that's not the right word. He rapes the centipede, the woman at the back of it, and that's bad, of course. But before he does so, on the dirty ground, he just finds some like barbed wire and wraps it around his dick and then has sex with the back end of the Human Centipede.
Oh my God. That's atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah.
How has that not come up yet?
Well, because it's really weird.
Jesus.
Because you're in this, like, there's so much happening in those moments before it and after it and around it that it took me several watches to realize, like, not that I'm saying that rape isn't extreme. It is, but I didn't notice that he picked up barbed wire.
Yeah.
It's so fast, and it's like it's already bad enough, and then once you watch it a few times, which again, don't
watch it,
then you see that he puts barbed wire on his penis and then rapes her, and it's like, okay, that's putting a hat on a hat. You don't need to do that. It's already bad enough.
This sounds like the most disgusting movie ever. I'm not even a horror movie fan, so anytime already horror movies, when they do kind of stuff that's like real extreme and really squeamish, I don't like it at all. It's just not my thing. But then when you tell me stuff like this, it reinforces my disgust for horror movies.
No. Again, I, as someone, I have loved horror movies my entire life. I think they're amazing. I don't classify this as a horror movie because it's not scary. There's nothing there. It's just gross out after gross out after gross out. That's all it is. It's not a horror movie.
I'm okay with that classification. I think you have the right to say that at this point as a horror movie fan.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, so I'm not sure if you heard last time, but I tend to have some pretty visceral reactions to the disgusting stuff that you tell me is in this movie. I sent you an audio file from the last recording. I would like you to listen to that now.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I'll pull it up. It's through my email?
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull that up right now. Okay, yeah. There it is. Okay, let me just play that through my computer that I'm sitting next to, and let's go. Sandpaper around his penis and masturbates to it.
Oh, I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm telling people don't watch this movie.
I actually threw up in my mouth.
Really? Okay. Wow. I actually thought you were just playing that up. I thought that was just, you actually did?
I actually did. And I even went back and like, I turned up the volume of like the actual guttery sound.
I could kind of hear that because it like just listening to that recording right now, it is so much grosser than I remember it on our last conversation. Yeah. So what's more disgusting, the masturbating with sandpaper or the barbed wire wrapped penis?
It's just so much phallic destruction.
Yeah.
And so I think on paper, I think the barbed wire rape is probably worse.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the image of masturbating with sandpaper, it just conjures such an image in my head that is so much worse.
And I actually want to talk about something with this movie that I think is really interesting, because it does the most grotesque, horrible things that you can possibly imagine. But for some reason, in that scene, when he's masturbating with the sandpaper, there's no blood. There's nothing. It just shows him wrap the sandpaper around his penis and start masturbating, and shows him in pain. It's weird that the movie doesn't go certain places that you think it should, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, like what's the reservation there? We're going to go so much farther later and there and now. Like, why hold back?
Why hold back there? Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like it was written and directed by a man who only wants to torture women while not showing a man get tortured, even though he's torturing himself.
Yeah, and torturing the entire audience.
Right, but yeah, why won't you show that part? I don't know. It's a weird gripe to have. Like, I already think the movie's gross and disgusting, but I'm like, no, I want to see dick blood. Give me dick blood.
Your Christmas list is starting to get a little odd.
Like, they show certain things, but don't show certain other things, and like, it's weird where they chose to go tame, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. So.
Another observation you did make last time was we believe that the feces in one of the scenes was actually brown and not black and white.
I've been watching it, and I can corroborate past me that is indeed correct.
It is brown.
It is brown, but not always. Just some of the shots are brown. Some of the feces are brown. Some of them are not. So it messes with your brain, but that is correct. That theory has been proven.
Hey, there we go. One down.
Yeah.
Speaking of the color in the movie, a completely black and white movie, last time we talked about a possible existence of the color version of the movie out there somewhere.
That's what you keep saying.
I think I found it. I found it so we can watch it.
So we can watch it. Ooh, you're going to go into that? You're going to take this jump?
Okay, I'm not, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because first off, I still want to be able to say that the movie is unwatchable, since you can't say it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching it in solidarity.
I like it.
To confirm if I had found it online, I watched the first 10 seconds of the movie just to make sure it was real. And it's shots from the first Human Centipede, which I have seen.
It's for those who are listening, if you don't know what the first 30 seconds of the movie, it's the very end of the first Human Centipede, where the first Human Centipede is dying. So the movie starts, no credits, just it goes directly into a bunch of people sewn ass to mouth, yelling, screaming, and dying, and that's how the movie starts. It is one of the worst opening. This movie is daring you not to watch it.
And I saw that, and I went, nope, I'm done.
Yep.
Already, I noped out there so hard. It is an unwatchable movie to me still.
Yep. I've started actually, starting the movie, I hit play, and the first thing comes up is Independent Film Channel, which I'm like, IFC, you used to be better than this. And then it goes into that, and I normally am like, okay, well, I'm going to get some water, or I'm going to, where's my notebook? I can't pay attention to the opening because it starts so... and then you see credits from the first movie. They show you the credits from the first movie as well. It's like, it starts like, it basically should say, don't watch this movie, the movie. Like,
that'd be a better title.
yeah, that should be the title card. Yeah, Human Centipede 2. Don't watch this movie.
I believe that was actually the working title.
Should have kept it.
So in the Human Centipede 2 full sequence,
Mm-hmm.
Martin is our main character. He is somebody who has seen Human Centipede 1. He's obsessed with it, and he wants to make his own Human Centipede, which then kicks off the second movie. How many more watches before you become Martin and make your own Human Centipede?
Ooh, I'm going to say minimum of 4, maximum of 10.
Well, remind me not to come over during the last week.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing, and that's one of my biggest problems with the movie, and something that I've dwelled on. I think I mentioned in the last interview I had with you. I may or may not have. I don't remember, but like it took all of the wrong lessons from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a gross movie, but in that movie, you learn why the Sawyer family is doing these gross things. You learn why they're killing people and making them into like barbecue and making them into furniture. You learn it doesn't make sense. You don't have sympathy for them, but you understand their motivation.
Yeah, they're not just single-dimensional characters who are evil just to be evil.
Yeah, this movie, I don't know why he did it. He obviously has loved Human Centipede for a long time. He's literally watching it on repeat. I don't know what made him all of a sudden wake up one day and go, well, I'm going to make a Human Centipede.
I guess you'll know soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that motivator would be to push me over that cliff, but I don't know. I don't think I could. No. I don't think I like. No, it's too gross. I'm not big on bodily fluids as it is. I couldn't deal with making a Human Centipede. That's my one reason, by the way. That's my one reason.
Most great movies, they have a lesson that they're trying to teach the viewer. What do you think the lesson of Human Centipede 2 is?
I think we kind of went over this last time. I don't watch Human Centipede 2. I that's kind of my thing. Like going back to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's the whole movie. If you really pay attention to it, you watch it enough, it has to do with like the automation and the updated design of slaughterhouses that are pushing old families into poverty, and they have no recourse and they don't know like what to do, so they have to stoop to lowest common denominators. There's something there. There's something that you can glean from it. This one is there's nothing. There's just nothing.
There's just no reason. It's just a gore fest for the sake of being a gore fest.
Absolutely. That's all it is.
Well, that's all my goalposts for today.
Okay.
Is there anything you'd like to say to reflect on your last week of viewing?
Don't ever do this. Don't ever. God, just don't. I know I'm saying don't watch it once, don't watch it twice, don't watch it 16 times. Don't don't force yourself to watch something or do something repeatedly. I mean, if you want to, at least make an art piece out of it. Do something productive with it, but still, I don't know, make art. Make the world a better place with art. Don't do what I'm doing.
Sometimes the best example is a worst example.
I'm doing this so you don't have to.
That's a good way to put it. To put it. Well, Brad, once again, thank you so much for your time. And as always, do not watch The Human Centipede 2. Yep. All right. I'll see you later.
See ya. Bye.
Talk to you next week. This has been the third episode of Fear a Day, presented by the Maximum Mediocrity Podcast. If you would like to hear the rest of this series, please consider subscribing. Our theme song is Unbearable by Dominant.